I think that the only way you can get a true perspective on Austin is to not be from here. Because only somebody from Houston who spends a whole weekend dreaming of coming over here can really capture that spirit. So here's the song. Let's spend a weekend in Austin, you know we ought to get away. Yeah, let's spend a weekend in Austin, you know we ought to get away. Call up your old roommate, we'll always have a place to stay. Let's spend a weekend in Austin, you know we'll have a real fine time. Yeah, let's spend a weekend in Austin, you know we'll have a real fine time. When we hang out down on 6th Street, we'll find a dozen ways to unwind. But now that party animal rider's gonna take us out on the road. Time we get to Columbus, we'll have to pull off the side and unload. We'll pick up a couple of 6-packs when we're passing through LaGrange. We see the lights of Austin, we'll be over the range. So we get in Austin, you know we ought to get away. Yeah, when we call up your old roommate, always have a place to stay. Now the women down in Austin never have a lot to say. Yeah, them women down in Austin never have a lot to say. Yeah, they don't waste their time talking, 'cause the only word they know is okay. Well, now we get up early the next day, along about the crack of noon, and head on down to Lake Travis where the party gonna fire up soon. Bees of preppies of party animals will be there by the shore. We're gonna smoke and drink till we lose our minds, and we'll do some more. So we get in Austin, you know we'll have a real fine time. Yeah, when we hang out down on 6th Street, find a dozen ways to unwind. Yeah, let's spend a weekend in Austin, you know we ought to get away. Yeah. Let's spend a weekend in Austin, you know we ought to get away. And when we call up your old roommate, always have a place to stay. Yeah, we're gonna hang out down on 6th Street, find a dozen ways to unwind. Yeah, let's spend a weekend in Austin, you know we'll have a real fine time. Well, how about it, Austin? Yeah, that pretty well summed it up, right? I had the honor this morning back in Houston before we came over here of going to the dedication of a historical monument down in the 5th Ward for a man named Don Roby, who was the founder of Duke Peacock Records in Houston. He was the guy that recorded Bobby Blue Bland and Gatemouth Brown. And more importantly, he put out this record called 2 Steps from the Blues. And when I was in high school, the first day I got there, I went in the band hall, and we had a big record player thing in the band hall, and they were playing that album. That was probably the first real blues record I ever heard. It left an indelible mark on my soul. And all these years I've dreamed of, I wish I could have written a song to go on that album. Well, I finally did. A little late, you know. It won't be on the album, but it's on our album, and you hear this song, you'll hear the spirit of Don Roby and the Duke Peacock Records, and Joe Williams, the guy that arranged the horns,